We'll move on to reports of standing or ongoing BOG committees. First one on the list is the executive committee. This last executive committee meeting, we did not have any boards, committees, councils, entities come and visit with us, which I think was disappointing just because I enjoy hearing from the various entities. So we have nothing to report there. All the other discussion, I believe, was with regard to scheduling. So no further disclosures or information that we need to talk about. Next item is Apex Awards Committee. Governor Knight.
Thank you, President Cicchetti. As governors recall, historically, the Apex Awards presentation was in conjunction with this meeting, usually after the Thursday and with the swearing in of the new governors. This year, due to pandemic issues and due to a change in policy that we made a couple of years ago, it will be different. It'll be held in mid-November. The format will be the same as what? It's December, excuse me. It'll be in December. The format will be the same as last year, which is live but virtual. And that did not seem to detract from the importance and the grandeur of the event last year. And I expect the same to be the case this year.
Thank you, Governor Knight. Governor Stevens, any additional information about Personnel Committee?
No, Mr. President, except it's been a pleasure to have served as the co-chair and chair since, I don't know, June or whenever you appointed me. So thank you all on that.
Thank you, Governor Stevens, and thank you for your service this past year. Much appreciated. Governor Grabicki, Legislative Committee.
Pass.
Pass. Okay. Nominations Review Committee, President-elect Tollefson.
We had our last meeting for this year earlier this week and filled some more vacancies on a couple of different boards, and you should have gotten an email from Paris Erickson outlining those.
I was one of those nominees. I got an email addressed to Kyle Cicchetti from Kyle Cicchetti. I thought that was great. Next is Diversity Committee, Governor Angeville.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I finished my term as co-chair of the Diversity Committee for this go-round, along with Andrea Jarman. We had our last meeting. The work continues on. The committee is very robust. We are proceeding on with our pipeline program, our mentorship of law students, and our continued forged connections with the law schools. Actually, there is something in the materials about our new co-chair, the non-BOG co-chair, Nam Wen. So I don't know if our president-elect is going to accept or appoint him, but I do just want to give him a shout out to Nam Wen, who's been a member of the Diversity Committee for several years. He's a very dedicated, committed, great guy who I think is going to bring a lot to the chairship or co-chairship of the Diversity Committee. So that's about it.
President-elect Tollefson.
The answer is yes. He was appointed.
It was on the consent calendar.
It was on the consent calendar.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's terrific. Great. Great. He'll do a great job.
Thank you, Governor Angeville. Next is Long Range Strategic Planning Council. Appointments have been made. Our charter has been revised. Next up, we'll be concentrating on specific and particular issues. And we want to have an emphasis on outreach and soon and early so that we can get on with our discussions and take into account the input of sections and other bar associations and Ms. Hawkins and others who want to participate in that process. So we're going to be hearing more about that soon. Member Engagement Work Group, Governor Peterson.
Well, I do believe this was the funnest group of all the WISBA committees, and I would challenge anybody to come up with a reason why their group was more fun than our group. So I would also like
You're
to
on,
thank.
buddy.
But I would like to thank Director Platchy. One of the reasons it was so much fun and went so smoothly was because Director Platchy did a fantastic job as usual, guiding us through the year. And I'd also like to special thanks to Director Nagowski, who I don't think she knew this beginning of the year, but she ended up doing a ton of work for our committee to help get the get the surveys and the right survey company in line, and then also to get the right survey questions out for at least the first quarterly survey. And so just a huge thank you to Director Nagowski for doing such a wonderful and great job for the committee. I just really want to make sure that she's acknowledged for all of her hard and great work this last year on the committee. I would like to also thank the members. The members were also did a great job, and I'm really happy to report that we completed the cycle. We've got a survey that's ready to go out for the, we're going to do it 4 times a year, but we got the first one ready, locked and loaded and ready to go out. And we have the template for future quarterly surveys. And I think it's important for all the governors to keep that in mind, because if we have decisions coming, that are pending that we want to get members' feedback on, we've got the perfect tool now to go out to the members and say, what do you think about this? I mean, I think it's important to go, ask the members after we do something right, whether we did it right or wrong. But I think it's even more important maybe to, try to get their feedback before we make the decision. So anyway, I want to thank everybody on this committee. Just a great year, a fun year, a productive year, and congratulations to everybody for their hard work and the accomplishments that you guys were able to produce last year. So thank you.
Thank you, Governor Peterson, and congratulations to you as you start your year as treasurer. I know you'll do a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing you and your leadership in that role.
Thank you.
Next is budget and audit. Governor Clark, it says late materials 47. Was that the same that we read to the Supreme Court? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Anything further to add, Governor Clark? No.
I'll pass.
Okay. Next up is Equity and Disparity Work Group, Governor Stevens.
Thank you, Mr. President. And the work group is continuing its work. We have 2 subcommittees. One is Experience of Justice Subcommittee. I mean, that's the subcommittee taking on a mountain of work, but they have narrowed things down, and they're going to be focusing on court access. And they're looking at things like hybrid court systems. They're looking at how courts can provide more online options for people, and with the hope that its recommendations as they come forward will encourage remaining or a number of those online options remaining post-pandemic. And it's the goal they're working toward is making it easier for people to access courts, and also a part of their process, they've identified some challenges, including funding and access to technology, especially in rural areas. So that's what that subcommittee is working on. They are also looking at proposing a rule that they'll be talking about. And the GR12 subcommittee had a great presentation as it does its work from General Counsel Shanklin, and they're really looking at what they're going to be proposing in terms of revisions to GR12. They're not letting the current state of what can I call it? State of things being up in the air regarding integrated bars. Because either way, there's still the question, what do we do with the GR 12 prohibitions, and what can we do to make those more of an affirmative statement. I have asked the subcommittees to begin the task of coming up with their initial draft recommendations by the end of the year, with the idea of coming to the Board of Governors to give a more formal report and propose recommendations by the spring. And even though those subjects are heavy indeed, we have fun too, Governor Peterson. Lots of fun. Oh, and I do want to acknowledge and thank both Kim Sander, who heads up the first committee, and Lara Sierra heads up the second committee. But in particular, I want to call out and thank past President Majumdar for being at least an ex officio member of the committee. And I'm hoping there's a way that he can become a member of the committee. And I want to also thank Barbara Naharai, our staff support, along with Kirsten. Oh, help me, my mind is now
Abel?
Abel, thank you. Because we also have I think our webpage is up and going now. So that's our report. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe neither one of you have gone to a taxi cab meeting, but they're pretty fun too. It's got Xenial in its name. It's gonna be fun.
I keep saying I got to catch a cab, but I never know where to stand exactly.
Supreme Court Bar Licensure Task Force, Governor Williams-Ruth.
Well, it was really interesting to hear from Justice Montoya Lewis today, considering that she said that so much has been done. I was a little surprised, considering that she hasn't been at a meeting since June. She missed in July. Chief Justice Gonzalez hosted, and then August was canceled because too many people were gone for scheduling issues. And then the one for this week was canceled due to some technology issues. So where we are is we've had a conversation about what we believe the subcommittee should be, and that's it. We don't know who the chair of the subcommittees are going to be. We don't know if they're going to be appointed by Justice Montoya Lewis. We don't know if it's going to be voted on. We don't know anything. So, the fact that there's been apparently conversations as reported by Justice Montoya Lewis, it hasn't been shared with me or with other members of the task force that I've talked to. So, at least they're acknowledging that our charter is ticking away and realizing we're probably going to have to extend it. So I'm hoping by the time we meet again in November, there will be actually something to report.
Thank you, Governor Williams-Ruth. All right, any committees that we forgot that people want to talk about or other? Nope.